It's Patty is pumpkin patty today, in case you're wondering.
Plain
Um,
and simple.
Plain and simple. That's not plain and simple. She's got skeleton earrings on. But I used to have so much Halloween decorations for outside, for inside, dressing, all that kind of stuff. And what I'm talking about today is freeing, is that we have to let go of things that in the past that are still drawing our energy in order to have enough energy to deal with today. So when we moved, I did it physically. I got rid of everything, and I was surprised how freeing it was. I mean, books, Shakespeare, China from our German grandparents, goblets from, oh, it was, it made it. I thought, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. And I read something that said, would your grandparents really want you to have the stress of carrying that around? And the truth is, no. So freeing is about letting go, not only physically, like I did. By the way, it feels really good not to have all the bins of each holiday decorations. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have it. It's just maybe at 73, I shouldn't. I find it very freeing, which is what I'm talking about today. So we need to do that same thing with things that have happened to us. It's sometimes easy for us to get rid of papers or things or furniture or stuff like that, but not so easy to get rid of things that have happened to us in the past. And so we need to, in I Chi, we go through that visualization journey I talked about last time. And first we gather something that our energy is still stuck on something that happened in the past that still bothers us. And so we bring it into the healing area. And then in freeing, we free ourselves from it. We change our response. Do you know there's research that says that remembering an event creates the same chemical process in our body as having lived through it? So we need to try to, in I Chi, we gather it into the healing area where we're doing deep breathing, we're calm, we're relaxed, and we try to change our physical response to that event. Otherwise, we're continuing to give it some of our energy. And if we're giving some energy over here to an argument we'd had with somebody, and we're giving energy over here to something that somebody said to us, and we're giving energy to a past relationship, and we're giving energy to financial loss, what do we have for today? We can't be strong and healthy today if our energy is spread all around. So that's what freeing is about. It's metaphysically, it's really, really important. Physically, I find it great. I find it freeing. But metaphysically, we have to go back and look at something that caused us so much difficulty and change our response to it. In the actual freeing in I Chi, we reach into the past and we see there's nothing there that can hurt us anymore because the source of the stress is us. We're the ones that keep giving it energy. So I think the best thing we can do is when we think about that event, is there something we can do about it? Can we talk to a person? Can we say, this didn't work out right, and thanks for accommodating it? Or maybe that person is gone and you have to just say to yourself, thank you for accepting what I did and absorbing what I did, and I learned from it, because that's what we have to do. We're going to keep having the same experiences if we don't learn from them, and then we'll have a lot of baggage. So just somehow looking at it differently, deciding what you personally have learned from it, but then also deciding that it was okay. It was there to teach you something, and you don't need to carry the anger, the frustration, the fear with you all the time. These are really easy words to say. And I can tell you from personal experience, they're really hard to live. It's because there will be triggers in your life that just bring that up again. And you go through that same physical response, which is not healthy. So we have to constantly be trying to change the trigger, change our physical response to it. So do whatever you have to do. Sometimes what happened to us is so big that we can't deal with it all at once. So then we take a little part of it and we try to change our response to that part instead of the whole big whatever it was. So whether it was an accident where maybe you saw something that just really destroyed you, whatever. I'm sure I don't need to tell you what it is because it's coming up in your brain already. I have to also tell you, and I've said this before in one of my talks, don't say I'm sorry to the person or to the situation, whether the person is here on earth or not. I'm sorry. Saying I'm sorry makes you feel like you were so horrible. And it makes the person you're talking to feel like, oh yeah, they're sorry. And what I suggest instead, and what I've read, is that instead you say, thank you. Thank you for accepting my frustration. Thank you for accepting me as I am. Thank you for waiting for me since I was late. Instead of, I'm sorry I was late, thanks for waiting. I appreciate it. Some of those other things, you can find a way. The only thing I haven't been able to find a thank you for has been when somebody dies and you're trying to talk to the person who's the saddest. I'm sorry just comes out my mouth. But then I will also follow up and say, thank you for sharing this person with me. Thank you for continuing to be this person and teach what this person taught or whatever. So there are ways to say thank you instead of I'm sorry. So overall, freeing metaphysically, physically, and you'll be surprised physically. You think you're getting rid of stuff that you need or that connect you to the past, and really you're just getting rid of stuff that bind you. So metaphysically, physically, say thank you. Find ways to say thank you, even if it's just little bits and pieces. And freeing is in I Chi is about freeing ourselves from the past, but I also think we have to free ourselves from today, from the future, because here's another thing. Get rid of the word should and use only the word could. I see Mary Sue shaking her head. Yes, she's heard it before. We are the givers of the world. We're the ones who want to help other people. We're the ones who have trouble accepting help. Bud was fixing a door on the pool, the sliding glass door, the handle. yesterday, and I was in the pool, and I felt guilty because I was in the pool. I was in the pool enjoying it, and he was out of the pool working. And so we need to be able to accept also, not just give. We have to accept the things that people give us. So for today, you have to have your energy for today, for you, for your health. And so letting go of some of the future. Here's one, and I'm sorry to bring up politics. I'll be glad when this election is over.
Yes.
Oh, so glad.
There's so much hate. There's so much, the politicians are preaching hate, and yet we are loving people. So I can't look at that. I have to only look at how wonderful my neighbors are, how wonderful my husband is, how wonderful you guys are, how great my day is, how nice I have a bed to sleep in, how nice I have a home to go home to, how nice I have candy I can give to kids and make them happy. Those are the things. So we need to free ourselves from thinking, I'll be happy when this is over. I'll be happy when I have this degree. I'll be happy when I'm finally married. I'll be happy when I lose 10 pounds. You can be happy now. There's truly nothing holding you back. Yes, we have negative things happening in our lives, but no, don't focus on those. It's all what you focus on. Look at the people who are saying, if this person wins, I'm leaving the country. Well, good. Good. Because if you don't believe in our country enough to know that all these different politicians, this different rhetoric, all this has been going on for eons, and it barely affects my life. So find the happy part. And so freeing physically, metaphysically, from the past, which is going to be hard, and metaphysically is going to be hard, but also free yourself from the future, from those expectations. I have to go and do this. I'm stressed out about it. Yeah. You know what? There's plenty of love in this country. There are plenty of people who just want to be near you, who just want to hear you talk. So don't worry about how the dinner you're hosting is going to go. Just know it's going to be fun and that you're going to be able to enjoy it. And that's all I have to say to you today.